Hello fellow tankers, this is Dauntless, and today I'm going to be playing a game in my FV 4005, the Tier 10 British Tank Destroyer. Now I recently acquired this vehicle and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It plays a lot differently than the 215B183 just because it has absolutely no armor, but in a game like this where there's absolutely no arty, I'm top tier and there's a lot of Tier 8 meat to be had, you're going to have a lot of fun. I peek around this corner here hoping to get a quick shot in. I know I don't have a lot of time to aim, so I just whip a shot into the Centurion 1 and I'm able to connect for 832 damage. Now that's something I typically wouldn't be able to do in my 183 for two reasons. One, I wouldn't be in that position nearly quick enough to get that shot in, and two, because I only hold 12 shells in my 183, I wouldn't ever want to afford wasting an 8,000 credit shell in that situation. But I was feeling kind of generous and I thought, what the heck, took the shot. It really paid off. Now this girl comes out around the corner and you can just see the regret in his eyes when he tries to take a shot on me. Like, what is he thinking? He should have backed off immediately. He tries to be sneaky. Yes, my turret is 10 times larger than him, but I'm already pre-aimed. He shouldn't have risked it. He did. He paid for it. If you ever see a 4005 staring at you, don't try to take a shot, just run. Alright, so it looks like there's some pressure being had in the middle of our map. Our IS-4 is somewhat alone in defending against an E-50 and an IS-7, whereas our north flank is being pushed, but it looks like they're holding for now. I think they're being a little bit aggressive if you ask me, but that's okay. This E-50M, or this E-50 comes around the corner. I try to go for that pen shot to the right or the left of his gun. Unable to do so, but I'm still able to do 822 damage, which is a pretty nice roll for Hesh, and he is putting one back into me for 376. So I did twice the damage, and so I would think that's a pretty effective trade. So now I put an AP shell in, and this is because I realized that this IS-7 is probably going to be peeking around this corner any second, and you really have to be thinking ahead of time with the kind of shells that you have loaded in your tank. Now I see this WZ-111 1FT is around this corner, and again, it wouldn't matter if I had Hesh or AP loaded here, and it's kind of a shame because he's such low health. I guess I could have shot that RHM, but he was sitting in the open. I was going to take advantage of that, and I'm able to connect and confirm the kill. So now things are looking kind of bleak. Our team is folding, and it looks like they do have our flank. This Emo 1 has pushed around the side, and I have another AP shell loaded, which I guess hindsight, maybe it would have been better if I had a Hesh shell loaded here because I could have one-shot the Emo if he did push around the corner. But again, my biggest concern right now is this IS-7, and looks like he's about to peek around this corner. Unfortunately, our IS-4 kind of just blocks my shot there. I don't know if I would have had a shot anyway, but this IS-7 is probably going to peek around the corner to get a shot in anyway. He really doesn't know if I'm here, what I'm doing. I haven't been lit for a while, and he's going to be aggressive, peek around the corner, and I'm able to put a nice shot in, as well as catch him on fire and do about 1,200 damage to him. Now all I need is one more solid connection with AP like that, and I'm going to be able to just easily take him out of the game. These AP shells are no joke. 310 penetration with AP with 1,150 alpha damage. They can really put the hurt on a lot of vehicles. So this IS-7 is around this corner. I really want to take him out, and I know I'm probably going to have to take a hit for it, but this E-50 puts a shot in. I say, what the heck, screw it. Put a shot in. Unfortunately, I roll low and I'm unable to take him out, but thankfully our ISU-152 is able to kill him. This RHM comes around the corner and puts a nice shot into me. Again, this thing is just no armor, giant turret, and it's just too easy to pen this thing. But I have another AP shell loaded for whatever might come around the corner here. I don't want to risk shooting Hesh here because if I do manage to hit the track and not do enough damage, I could not potentially kill the RHM in one shot or the T10. And it looks like your guys are kind of just taking their sweet time finishing off this Jagdtiger. I have my AP shell loaded. This E4 had no idea I was there apparently, and I'm able to put a nice shot into him and finish him off. This RHM is taking his time to try to finish me off. I don't know what he was thinking. He finally realizes that I'm here. or that he can take a shot into me without taking a shot back. And so he puts a shot into me and pulls back. I'm almost reloaded here, and now this STRV needs to come back and help me out. Hopefully he'll make it in time. Up until that point, I don't know exactly if I'm going to make it or not. I can only kill one of these guys. This RHM pulls around the corner. I don't think he realized that I could shoot him through a window. If this T10 comes around, he has blood in his eyes, and he's going to finish me off, unfortunately. But now we have our STRV 103B left, which is pretty much on full health, and our their T10 looks like it's on, just 300 health, and so he should be able to finish him off in one hit, as long as this T10 doesn't do something like track him. He looks like he totally didn't expect that. Unfortunately, I guess that is a pretty normal roll for the STRV, but thankfully the STRV is able to traverse quick enough and puts a nice shot into the side of the T10, finishing off this game. Now, I'm actually not sure exactly how much damage I had at the very end there. I think I had about 6,700 damage, but here you can see that the FV4005, kind of like I showed you in the last replay I played with that tank, is that you can brawl effectively in the city. If you're sitting there and you can hide behind something during your long reload, you can put some nasty shots into heavy tanks as they push around corners, as they're distracted, and you can have a lot of fun in it. And so for those of you that have this vehicle, don't be afraid to brawl like that in a city map like this, where you don't really have a lot of sniping opportunities, because in a map like this, really, where else are you going to sit in a giant tank that looks like the size of a barn? You can't really hide your vehicle. So hide your vehicle behind solid buildings, peek out and get shots in, and do some great damage games like this. And I honestly think that it was my presence there that won us that game, doing that much damage to those high tier tanks. One-shotting that grill, killing off that IS-7 basically all of his life, was really game-changing in my opinion, and I really had fun doing it. So anyway, guys, hopefully you liked that replay. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a like down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Hello fellow tankers, this is Dauntless, and today I'm going to be drawing the winner to my World of Tanks Premium Tank giveaway. For all of you that entered, I really appreciate your support. It looks like we had 1,244 total entries. I'm assuming a lot of these are duplicates because I had multiple options on how to enter. I was just out of town for about 2 weeks visiting my family. My sister actually just had a nephew, and so I've been absent for a couple of weeks. I apologize for that. But again, today I just want to draw the winner, and we will get that started. So the computer should automatically randomly draw a winner, and it looks like Alex from Bulgaria is our winner today. Entry number 1190. Alex, congratulations. I will be contacting you shortly on which vehicle you want, and I will gift that to you shortly. For everyone that participated, thank you so much for your support, and let me know down below if you want me to do more giveaways like this in the future. I've really never done anything like this, and so I kind of wasn't sure exactly how it would go, but I think overall it was a success, and I'm back now, guys, and so hopefully I'll be putting more content up soon. Thank you for your patience, and I'll see you next time. Hello fellow tankers, this is Dauntless and Merry Christmas. For this episode, I wanted to do something a little bit more lighthearted, and I decided to put together a video of the top 5 HESH penetrations that I had using the 183mm gun on the FV4005 Stage 2. I set aside some of these replays in the past hoping I could use them someday, and I had enough of them where I decided to throw them together and make you guys a video. Hopefully you find it entertaining. Starting things off at number 5, we have a penetrating shot on the lower plate of an IS-7 at 300 meters. Now, the lower plate of the IS-7 is notoriously difficult to penetrate, even for standard rounds at tier 10, let alone HESH. 230 millimeters of HESH penetration typically doesn't allow it to penetrate the lower plate of an IS-7, but in this instance, RNG just gave me a very, very high roll with the fact that the IS-7 is angled slightly upwards, which allowed the shell to penetrate. Next up at number 4, we have penetrating the turret of an AMX 5120 at 500 meters over a bunch of houses. Now this shot would be difficult in any vehicle, let alone the FV4005, and trying to hit anything at 5,000 meters with the 4005 is very, very difficult indeed, but making this kind of shot is pure RNG. Next up at number 3, we have a shot that should not have penetrated no matter what. This shot on the Kranvagens's turret definitely should not have penetrated, but somehow it manages to. And this is something that I can only explain through RNG, where I must have penetrated the very, very sliver of the side of the hull he was giving me. I'll try to show it to you guys in slow motion. Unfortunately, I pulled away right as I took the shot, and so I'm going to have a hard time showing it to you, but I will do the best that I can. Running up at number 2, we have a penetrating shot on an STB-1's turret, I think. It's actually hard to tell exactly where I connected this shell because the shot actually doesn't even look like it connected with the vehicle. Again, I'll show you guys in slow motion, and I did pull away right when I took the shot, and so I'm going to try to use free camera to show you exactly how I took the shot. But again, crazy. I don't know exactly how that shot even went in, but you guys can be the judge. Before we get to number 1, here are some honorable mentions that quite didn't make the list, but were also very satisfying. Last but certainly not least, at number 1, we have a shot on a fully moving RU-251 at 500 meters. This is my favorite shot of the series only because it combines both RNG and skill. I have taken many shots in this tank as well as my 183, and so I know exactly what this tank is capable of doing, being able to pull off shots like this. And that was it for this countdown. Let me know down in the comments below which shot you liked the most. As always, guys, if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a like down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later.